Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Tennis Manager. This is episode 26, and we are at the first Grand Slam of the year. It is the Australian Open. Expectations have risen for Uni, especially following her recent run of success, doing very, very well in recent tournaments, getting her biggest win of her career just a couple weeks back. Let's take a look at the tournament seedings for this one and see what we're in for. Svitolina is the number one ranked player and number one seed in the tournament right now. Big surprise there. Fruhvirtova is 22nd. And there is Uni with, well, tough first round matchup. 38. Just outside of the seedings. Barely. And yeah, both of them tough. I mean, you can look up and down this board and see a lot easier matchups out there than what we are facing. Kasanseva is 31st. Old fan favorite. I actually just saw a comment requesting to get her back on the team. And yes, agreed. Easier said than done, though, to sign somebody who is that good, that prestigious already. Even Ann Lee is probably a difficult target for us right now. Katrina Scott might be a little bit easier. Nogunia is here. She's now 62nd in the rankings herself, so she's moved on up quite a bit. Osaka is now ranked 3rd in the world. Robin Montgomery at 73rd. Could be a target for us. Ayala certainly had a reach at 15. And Goff at 7. Halep is 2nd, going up against the 32-year-old Watson. 43rd in the rankings, falling 5 spots from where she was. Maybe she's beginning to fall off. We are considered a balanced match, so we definitely have a chance, but it's not going to be easy. We want to target her backhand, but nothing other than game plan is going to really do that, so maybe we'll focus on the return. The only target that we don't really have at the moment for the year is getting through 2 rounds of a Grand Slam. Now, of course, as Yudi gets better and better throughout the year, that would suggest that one of the later Grand Slams is going to be an easier place for that. I think we are good enough to get past the first round now with the right matchup. This one will not be easy, and nor would the second round be easy either. So we're looking at a really difficult scenario either way. Great serve. And we do get enough to get some sort of return out of it, but can't get it over the net. We go from likely breaking this first game to getting our butts handed to us over the last handful of points, including that. Second, wonderful serve. Third, wonderful serve. This opponent has a just nasty serve on her. She is hitting the ball with pinpoint accuracy and power.
Advantage.
Oh, nice. First game could be ours.
Second set.
She almost gets that one in there. And Uni breaks. Nice. And goes up 2 games love. Speed it up even more here. Can't quite break the next one, but hold serve. Can't quite break the one after that, but again, hold serve. Again, looking to break, but can't quite get it done. Easily winning. And now another chance to break. And do it. First set's ours. Really speeding things up here early on. 1 set advantage already is a good start for us, but things are staying level so far as each holding serve. But we break her there and then hold serve again, and it's 5-2. And almost on the verge of a back-to-back break. It's match point. Get in there. Oh, a little wide. About an inch and a half wide there. Attacking the net. Got the winner. Game, set, match. We're out of 1 round. We are within striking range of our goal now, and even if we don't proceed beyond the next round, it'll give us at least a partial recognition for coming up within a step of where we needed to be. Expectation is we're definitely out in this round as we are against a top 10 opponent. I'm not even going to bother. Quick sim. Tough match. We're not to this level yet. Stole the first set, but did lose. Minus 24 on the winners. Clean match though, just 7 unforced errors. That's good for Uni. My short-term target for Uni was positioning, and we've got it up to a 15. I still want to work its way towards 16, but I'm content with it being at a 15 for the moment. So I'll do the occasional training on positioning, and same with getting physical stuff up to an elite level. That's going to be another short-term target. But we want to sprinkle in the technical stuff and bring it to those 15, 16, 17s that we have everything else on. So looking at a couple easy targets right now: return, hot shots, agility, anticipation are all super close to their next level. Tactical skills is already elite. I'll let that one happen on its own when it does, but maybe return and agility are the first ones I might go after. The hot shots is going to happen super easy on its own, and it's a very... Grant is training so much better, but she's had 2 minor injuries already, and we're still in January. Medical center, 2 upgrades just completed in the last couple of days, and we have 2 remaining. We're going to get both taken care of right now, and that will, in 6 months' time, finish the medical center completely. A few dedicated weeks of training and taking a number of attributes that were close and bumping them up to their next level. Uni has made pretty solid gains over the last month. Now we're looking at positioning still 15, but tactical skills pushed to a 19, anticipation right on the verge of itself hitting to an 18, making what would be our 3rd elite attribute. Reflexes getting closer. That's obviously a good one to get to an elite status. I've started pushing speed up, but it had a whole lot of ground to cover and isn't there yet, and I've only focused on it kind of maybe 2 out of the last 4 weeks. But footwork, agility, both leveling up. Hot shots leveled up. I think the volley leveled up. Spins super close. That's what I'm working on right now. But we're looking at a bunch of 15s where moments ago I think we only had 1 15. In the technical skills, all of a sudden we have 4 of them. Serve power, the only one up there that's not a 14 and above, is getting closer, drawing closer to being a 14 and above. So good gains. I mean, as a player, I think she gained about 0.3, 0.4 overall to her average. That's a good month, and it's making her better and better. Now, the only downside is taking a month off from tournaments has dropped her form a little bit. And so we have a 125 level. I don't think I've won one of these before, so this is in between the tournament we just won at the start of the season, which is our all-time best, versus our previous all-time best. This is in between those 2 levels. We are a 1 seed here, but we are coming in a little bit out of form, a little bit fatigued because I've been training hard. So we'll see if Uni can live up to the expectation of a 1 seed. First round tight, but we come out on top. That's going to help with the form. Second round, just as tight as the first, similar ranked opponent inside top 100. And we are out in the second round. Minus 20 on the winners. It's 5 on the unforced errors as well. Not getting the aces. Nothing going right on this one. So Uni out of this tournament. Not a big deal. It's not like we needed it. But disappointing that she didn't do better. But again, I did not set her up for success. So that's as much on me as it was on her. And top 100 opponents are still enough to be a challenge for her, even if they're on the back end. Uni has made such a name for herself that the game has inserted a younger sibling, Kate Universe, 15-year-old. I had nothing to do with this. And I mean, come on, let's be real. Universe is not going to be in the database for name selections. But apparently we put the name on the map, and now it is. We'll scout Kate Universe completely. She's not going to be her sister. I can tell that already from the first half of the evaluation. But we'll see what happens as we finish that evaluation out. If she has decent potential, you better believe we'll add Uni's sister to the team. First appearance at the Indian Wells Open for Uni, and big time tournament, WTA 1000. It's the largest level outside of the Grand Slams. Difficult matchup. Seemed to be having a lot of difficult draws actually with Uni of late, besides that one tournament where she had a fairly easy sequence of draws. But most of her tournaments of late have seen some pretty tough draws, such as this one. But you're not too likely to find an easy draw anyway. There's a lot of good players at this. Squeezing our way out of the first round after getting pummeled in the first set. Good answer for Uni. The winner slightly to her advantage. The unforced errors likewise slightly to her advantage. Opponent saving 71% of break points. Definitely kept her going in the match. Otherwise, it looks like it might have been more comfortable in that third set or tighter in that first set. Which made it in through the qualifiers, by the way, out in the first round. But she at least made it into the tournament. That's good for her, especially with her rank. Difficult second round match for us, especially somebody who's a bit fresher with the bye. And you're looking at a really difficult third round match if we somehow survive this one, which I don't think we will. We were just good enough to be counted as balanced, but definitely not the favorite. And win the first set and give a good battle in the last two, but we are out. Winners were identical. Unforced errors -8, but not bad. Not bad against a top 25 opponent. Miami Open, another 1,000 level. And not an easy draw, but certainly not bad. I mean, I'd say somebody just outside the top 50 is probably average for what you would expect to see. There are much easier draws, and we're not getting them. But there definitely are tougher draws than that. It's tough enough, though, as we are out in the first round this time. -20 on winners. Didn't make the mistakes, but just could not beat her. She's probably got some really excellent pace, I would imagine. Late March now, and Uni is nearly complete on all of her objectives. Jovic is hanging in there, but hasn't had a great start to the season. And Jovic, I cannot get Jovic to develop. So we may have a lost cause with Jovic, because at standard, I mean, we're talking about a good 4 or 5 years before she is going to have more rapid development. So even though she has decent potential, she's not going anywhere for quite a few seasons. Grant, on the other hand, is definitely starting to accelerate her growth. If that continues, then she's obviously worth hanging on to. Likewise, we need to sign somebody this season, so I do need to start thinking about making a move. There's a lot of good quality young players out there, both in terms of current and in the potential department, to get after, potentially sign. And even though we are, locked in here, and we have each of our staff members doing their maximum 3 assignments, I think it is entirely possible to get away with adding a fourth for a couple of reasons. One, Jovic isn't going anywhere anyway. So it's going to be really easy to pull Davis and Pittman off and bump them down, and pull Hans off and bump them down, and you've got your fourth covered. The one area I worry about is I don't think I can sign another physio. No, I am on my maximum physios, but our final upgrades for the medical center are on their way. Will be done in 4 months, but I don't see any staff increase on that one. It might be coming somewhere else. Youth and Scouting Center has finished its upgrade, and we do have the cash to make the final one happen. So that is on its way. From there on out, once those are complete anyway, nothing but Sports Center to go. 8 to go there. We just finished all of these physical training related ones, and we have a few more down here. So 7 categories with ×2 on 5 of those. So that is 12 more upgrades to initiate. Quite a few of those are rather affordable, but we will wait until we have a little more cash to get started on the next phase. But I definitely think we're going to at least get into the final stage of upgrades before the end of the calendar year. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.